this is Melissa Lane, and you're listening to the Lifekraft Podcast, where we will be bringing you new insights, awareness, and tools to create a fulfilling life. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Lifekraft Podcast. Before we dig into this episode, I just want to remind you that we absolutely love hearing from you. So be sure to take a screenshot of yourself listening to this episode and share with us on your stories or on your feed what your biggest takeaway was, or what motivated or inspired you to live your everyday life better. What if I told you that your thoughts become things? What if I told you that what you think about continuously will start to manifest and it will become your experience in this life? How does that sit with you? Does that excite you or does that scare you? Does that bring up a bit of anger? Does that make you want to laugh because you don't believe it? Or does it empower you? Does it make you feel excited, joyful? Like, wow, this is going to be fun. I know a couple of years ago, I didn't have the amazing life that I have now. I was quite unhappy in myself, in the life that I created, because now I know I created every single aspect of the life that I was living. And I was depressed. My health was terrible. My relationships were awful. Money was just really something that I struggled with all the frickin' time. I had a career that I thought I loved, but I realized that I was just trying to please other people through doing that job. And I got a book that really opened up my eyes to another way of living. And that book made me realize that the thoughts that I was thinking on a continuous basis became the beliefs that I had, and that those beliefs that I had in myself and about life and relationships and money and my career was what was creating the experience that I was having on this beautiful planet that we call Earth. And I know I got so upset when I heard that the first time, because I was in this whole mentality of, no, you don't understand. These things are happening to me. These people are doing this to me. Life is unfair and life is doing this to me, and I don't understand because I think I'm a good person. Why is life so terrible? And I could not have been more wrong. Life just is, and we determine how we will experience life. Not necessarily all the things that will happen to us, as we've seen with 2020. And that whole debacle, but we absolutely have the ability to create the experience that we want in life. And that's what I want to share with you guys today, because we have been given an amazing, amazing tool to use in this reality. And that is called the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is one of my favorite laws, because in the beginning, when I heard that thoughts become things and that I attract to myself everything that I'm experiencing, like I said, it was not a great reaction. I thought, no, it's unfair. I didn't. It's just terrible. But the more I learned about the law of attraction and all of the other laws that are in this universe, the more I realized that what I'm experiencing today is as a result of who I was, what I thought, what I believed, and what I felt yesterday and the day before and the day before. I started thinking, well, that's amazing. That means that I have more control over this life that I felt so powerless in than I gave myself credit for. Law of attraction is your greatest gift that you can use. And the nice thing about it is it's working whether you believe in it or not. It's just like electricity. It is there whether you flip on that switch or not, whether you plug something into that socket or not. It is always there. It is always operating, but you can start shifting it into a direction that you want to experience. Do you want better health? What are your thoughts? What are your dominant beliefs? And what are the feelings in your body when it comes to health? Are you talking negatively about healthy people all the time? Are you making fun of people who make really great choices for their bodies, no matter how it looks to you? Are you really negative towards yourself in regards to your weight, in regards to your health, in regards to your body image? What are the predominant thoughts in your mind? In regards to health, do you say things like, well, cancer runs in my family? Just a little side note, nothing runs in your family. It runs in eating habits. It runs in beliefs. It runs in thoughts that you keep thinking, but nothing runs in your body. So what are you thinking in regards to your health? That is what you'll manifest. It is law. Now, one of the scary things that happens when you start realizing that law of attraction is operating all the time is you think that you have to monitor your thoughts every freaking second of the day. But there's a nice thing. Point number one, there's kind of a lag time. Not every thought you think is going to manifest instantly into your reality. That's not how it works. Otherwise, we would kind of be in trouble. Because you would you'd see a picture of something and you'd think of it and it'll just pop up in your room. No, there's a time gap, which gives us a chance most of the time to think about what we're thinking about and to shift into a new direction. And a lot of the times with that time gap, with that lag of your dominant thoughts and your feelings and something manifesting, we become negative. But I want you to start flipping that narrative. That time gap serves you. That whole idea of planting a seed, thinking about something you want to experience, really embodying the type of life that you want to have, really using law of attraction to your favor, is like planting a little seed. And that time gap is just that seed going from a little seedling into a plant that just needs to break through the soil. But that time gap serves you. So never, ever, ever stomp on your manifestations before those little seedlings have hit the top part of the soil. And then secondly, we have a great tool to tell us what we are thinking and what we're feeling at any given moment. And that tool is your emotions. Your emotions indicate to you what you are feeling and what you are thinking, what the predominant thoughts in your mind are at any time. So take a moment and think about what emotions are going through your body right now. If you're feeling things like anger, frustration, depression, anxiety, that means the predominant thoughts and beliefs in your body right now are in line with those types of things and those types of experiences. But if you're feeling excitement, joy, hopefulness, optimism, gratitude, and love, then you will be on the same energetic stream as those things, and those things will be able to come into your life with ease. You don't need to know how. That's the amazing thing about the law of attraction. You just need to know what. You need to see the end goal in mind, and you need to embody that. And how do you embody it? By what you think, by what you feel, and by what you believe. And it really is as simple as that. Is it easy? Not always, because we need to unlearn really like a long bunch of years of negative thoughts, of a negativity bias in our brain, of being in toxic environments, of seeing things happening to really well-meaning adults in our lives to show us that life is bad and unfair and all of those things that I mentioned earlier. But if you start unlearning all of those thoughts, you start monitoring what thoughts and beliefs you have now. If you start becoming aware of the dominant emotion that's in your body at any given time, and you start choosing what you want to think, what you want to believe, what you want to feel, you will start determining the experience that you'll have in this life. And before I end this short podcast, I want to give you an amazing tool to start working with the law of attraction instead of against it in creation and in manifesting. And this amazing tool is gratitude. Because gratitude can be used so perfectly when you are learning to use the law of attraction in your favor. Gratitude helps you focus on what you have, on the beautiful, amazing, abundant things that are already in your life. And that means you are going to move up the emotional scale to things like love, acceptance, optimism, hopefulness, fun, joy, because you're going to be focused on everything that you do have instead of everything that you don't have or that you still want. And living in a state of gratitude and using a gratitude practice and really bringing it into your life is so powerful. And I promise you this, practice gratitude for the next couple of days, for the next 7 days. Really decide to be grateful. Really decide to look for the best things in your life now. Really make lists of all of the beautiful things in your home, about yourself, in relationships. Be grateful for the money that you do have. Be grateful for the relationships that you do have for the next 7 days, as much as you can every single day. And let me know how your life starts to change, because the law of attraction will kick in. It is always fair. It never changes. It's always there supporting you, whether you are manifesting things you don't want or whether you're manifesting things that you do want. It's fair across the board. And see how the law of attraction supports you when you start using gratitude as your tool. Remember this, the only limit in our lives are the ones we impose on ourselves. You've got more power than you know. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to share your takeaway or something you heard that motivated or inspired you, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and tag @TheLifekraft on Instagram. Also, feel free to let us know who you'd like to see appear on this show in future. We enjoy bringing you interviews from experts and everyday people so that they can talk about their experiences and share information, tips, and what has worked for them on their journey towards a better life. However, remember that the opinions or advice of our guests and myself, the host, should not be taken as personal, actionable advice and is given as general information and education only. Please always remember to consult a qualified professional before implementing any medical, financial, legal, or other advice that you believe might work for you. Lifekraft is not responsible nor liable for your decision when implementing anything you hear on the podcast. Please listen and act responsibly. The opinions of our guests do not represent the opinions or views of Lifekraft or Melissa Lane personally and are meant as information and general education only.